Good morning, students. Yesterday I discussed about the starch. Starch have two part, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose part, I have told you that it is a straight chain like structure. You can see here. This one is the amylose and this is straight chain, and here is 1,4 linkage. One of first and 4 are the second glucose unit. Two units are linked together by glycosidic linkage. This one is known as glycosidic linkage. This one is known as glycosidic linkage. Here is 1,4 linkage in the amylose, and this one is soluble in water. Next part of the starch is amylopectin. Amylopectin is branch chain. Here is one branch, here is second branch. You see here, this one is the first branch and this one is the second branch. First, see here 2 unit of the glucose here linked together by the 1,4 linkage. This one is the glycosidic linkage, and here one branch attached to other branch by the 1,6 linkage. First carbon of one branch and sixth carbon of the second branch. This way, starch have two part. One is straight amylose and another is amylopectin, which is branched and insoluble in water. You can note down this structure is also given in NCERT. Okay. Next one is the cellulose. Cellulose formula C6H10O5, and it is polymer of beta D glucose. It is polymer of beta D glucose. This is the beta D glucose. Starch has alpha D glucose, but here cellulose have beta D glucose, and it is most abundant structural polysaccharide. Structural polysaccharide means it is mainly found in plant, and cell wall of the plant is made up of cellulose. Thus it is most abundant polysaccharide in the plants, and it is also source of food for the animals, some animals. The main sources of cellulose are, as you know, wood and cotton. These are the two main sources of the, one is the wood and other is cotton. These are the main sources of cellulose. However, cellulose are found in every cell of the plant, but wood contains 50% of cellulose. Rest is lignin, resin, etc. And cotton contains 90% cellulose. Other is fat and wax. it is straight chain. It has straight chain structure. It is not branch like the starch, but linkage is beta. Why it is called beta linkage? Because here is glucose unit is beta D glucose. Therefore, this glycosidic linkage is cross link. Here is cross link. In starch, you have seen that there was straight link. Here is cross link. That is why it is called beta linkage. Beta linkage is only found in cellulose. Otherwise, everywhere there is 1,4 alpha D alpha linkage between the two glucose unit. Okay, where some materials are obtained from the cellulose. Cellulose is very helpful in the merchandising cotton treated with the conc sodium hydroxide. Okay, acquire silky luster. Okay, silky luster. If cotton is very lustrous, you know. If it is washed with the treated with the sodium hydroxide, it appears silky luster, and therefore it is called merchandise cotton. Gun cotton is also obtained from the cellulose. When cellulose is nitrated, cellulose nitrate is obtained. It is explosive in nature, highly explosive, and it is very highly explosive in nature. Manufacturing the smokeless gunpowder. It is used to prepare smokeless gunpowder, which is also known as blasting gelatin. It is mostly used in mining, where the extraction of crude metal and special type of stones from the mountains, gelatin rods are used. These gelatin rods contain cellulose nitrate. Cellulose acetate, it is used for making rayon, which is semi-synthetic polymer and fiber, you can say. Cellulose xanthate, when treated with cellulose treated with sodium hydroxide and carbon disulfide. Carbon disulfide. Here is one more. In Mercedes cotton, there was only treated with concentrated sodium hydroxide. Here is sodium hydroxide and carbon disulfide, and is the basic material of the viscose rayon. This is also used in rayon. One most important point, oligosaccharide and polysaccharides are known as heteropolysaccharide. Known as heteropolysaccharide. Heteropolysaccharide. This point is very important. Oligosaccharides and polysaccharides are also called hetero, while the monopolysaccharides are, if same type of polymer is there, or you can homopolysaccharide. Here is oligosaccharide and polysaccharides are mainly heteropolysaccharide. Now on the basis of reduction of the failing or tolerant reagent, sugar can also be classified into reducing and non-reducing sugar. It is also very important topic for board as well as for the competition. It may be asked which sugar is reducing, which one is non-reducing sugar. Okay, based on the based upon the reducing and non-reducing property, carbohydrates are classified into reducing and non-reducing sugar. Those carbohydrates which reduce failing reagent, this one is the copper sulfate solution and copper Rochil salt mixture, and this one is the tolerant reagent, ammonium silver nitrate. These are two such type of reagent which are used for distinguishing aldehyde and ketone. Only aldehyde and ketones are used to distinguish each other, where aldehyde reduce failing and tolerance reagent, and where in carbohydrates, which carbohydrates have free aldehyde group that can reduce failing or tolerance reagent. Okay, once again student, listen carefully. Those carbohydrates in which have free aldehyde group that reduce failing reagent and tolerant reagent, but those carbohydrates which have no free aldehyde group or aldehyde group as a functional group, those are known as what? Non-reducing sugar. Okay, example, you can say all the monosaccharides have free aldehyde group. Okay, and disaccharide, lactose, maltose, except sucrose, all disaccharides are reducing sugar. Once again, all monosaccharides, but fructose cannot reduce, it has ketone group. Disaccharides, all disaccharides except sucrose, because sucrose has 2 unit where the aldehyde group is not free. Example of the non-reducing carbohydrate is sucrose and polysaccharides. In the polysaccharides and sucrose, aldehyde group is intact, not free. Therefore, these cannot reduce failing solution and tolerance reagent. Okay. Now, on the basis of sweetness, carbohydrate can be classified into sugar and non-sugar on the basis of taste. Okay, on the basis of taste, carbohydrates are classified as a sugar and non-sugar, monosaccharide and all oligosaccharides having sweet taste collectively are known as sugar. Thus you can say monosaccharide and oligosaccharide. Okay, such as sucrose is disaccharide, glucose is monosaccharide, fructose is monosaccharide. These are the sweet and they have sweet taste. Okay, therefore they are known as sugar. But polysaccharides, which are insoluble in water, remember this, which are insoluble in water and not sweet in taste, these are known as non-sugar. Cellulose and starch, while starch becomes sweet when it is broken into smaller unit. Okay, student, I have completed classification and the structure of different type of molecules of carbohydrate. Now in NCERT there is a detailed description of glucose, and all the questions mostly reaction base are asked from the glucose. That the glucose is a monosaccharide which is very important for the examination point of view. Okay, it is dextrose. Why dextro? Dextro due to tree. Grapes sugar, in the grapes you find glucose directly, nothing you have to purify. Corn sugar, in corn you also find, and blood sugar. These are the glucose, direct glucose. Okay, you have to remember this. Dextrose because dextrorotatory. Grape sugar found in grapes, corn sugar found in corn, and also it is found in blood sugar. In diabetes you have to listen. Okay, now we will see the first manufacture, how the glucose is manufactured. Manufacturing of glucose is done by the hydrolysis of sucrose in presence of mineral acid. In presence of mineral dilute, in presence of dilute mineral acid, sucrose is hydrolyzed into glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose. Another method is starch and cellulose hydrolyzed with the water in presence of acid at 393 Kelvin temperature and 2 to 3 bar pressure. Thus, student, there are two methods of the preparation or manufacturing of the glucose. One is the hydrolysis of sucrose. By the hydrolysis of sucrose in presence of acid, it gives glucose and fructose. And the hydrolysis of starch and cellulose in presence of acid gives what? Good, glucose. Extra glucose is stored in liver in our body as a glycogen. In our body, glucose whenever become extra, it is converted into glycogen with the help of insulin. Now we will see the structure of the glucose. As I was describing time to time, alpha and beta glucose. Now you can see here. In intermediate hemiacetal formation, cyclic structure, if you see from the NCERT, you will see that in case of glucose, once a minute, I will draw here a structure. Here is OH, here is H, here is OH, then here is OH, here is CH2 OH. Okay, this is the structure of glucose. Here is CHO group and CH2H. When from the first carbon you see here, if OH is on this side, then this one is the alpha, and OH on the second carbon is here, this side, that will be beta. Glucose having configuration about C1 is alpha, and having configuration about C1 beta glucose. Here you see OH is on this side, and in this OH on this side. Okay, if this OH is here, then this will be beta, and in this condition this one is the alpha. This one is the alpha glucose. Okay. Carbon C1 is known as anomeric carbon, and these compounds are called anomer. Both are optically active. Beta and alpha both are optically active, and specific rotation, if you see the plane polarized light, for the alpha is more, okay, plus 111.5 degree, and beta glucose has specific rotation plus 19.5 degree. And one, it can muta rotation. Muta rotation means one can be converted into other. You see here, when either of two glucose are dissolved in water, there is a spontaneous change. When these are any one, either of the two, कोई भी एक dissolve in the water, then alpha converted into beta or beta converted into alpha. This one is known as muta rotation, conversion of alpha into beta in equilibrium state. This is known as muta rotation. Now we will see here the property of glucose, and with the property of glucose we will prove that parts of functional group present in the glucose. With the help of reaction we will prove that aldehyde group, primary hydroxyl group, and 4 secondary hydroxyl group. This one you can say proof of the glucose structure also. Okay, first one is we will prove the pentaacetate by the acylation. This acylation of glucose You know that acyl group react with the alcohol. At the acylation reaction you have learned with the acetic anhydride. When acylation is done, pentaacetate is formed. Pentaacetate. Pentaacetate is formed. One acetate group is here, this one, and another is 4 is here. This way 5 pentaacetates are formed. This proves that glucose have 5 OH group. This proves that what? Glucose have 5 OH group. Reaction of glucose with the acetic anhydride, okay, gives 5 pentaacetates, which proves that glucose have 5 OH group. 4 is here, 1 is here. Next one is the glucose reacted with the hydroxylamine and hydrogen cyanide. This reaction proves that glucose have aldehyde group. In chapter aldehyde and ketones, we learn addition reaction to the carbonyl group. Okay, here HCN is added to carbonyl carbon in the form of OH and CN, which form the glucose cyanohydrin. Similarly, hydroxylamine react here. This form the glucose oxime. These two reaction proves that glucose have one aldehyde group. Which reaction prove that? When glucose react with hydroxylamine and hydrogen cyanide, then addition of these two takes place on the carbonyl carbon and oxygen of the carbonyl group. Reaction with hydroxylamine results monooxime, and reaction of the hydrogen cyanide give the cyanohydrin. These two reactions prove that glucose have aldehyde group. Okay, and also it is confirmed that by the failing reaction, reduction and non-reduction, okay, glucose reduces anomically ammonical silver nitrate, which is known as Tollens reagent, and copper sulfate solution is or Benedict solution. Copper sulfate solution is known as Fehling solution, which is Rochelle salt, and also Benedict solution. Both all these three are reduced by the glucose. This shows that what? Glucose have aldehyde group. You know that mirror test you have remember. Okay, and you will do in the lab also for detecting the aldehyde group and distinguishing aldehyde and ketone. Therefore, this reaction proves that reaction of glucose with the Fehling solution, Tollens solution and the Tollens reagent and Benedict solution proves that glucose have aldehyde group, which oxidize to give gluconic acid, which aldehyde to give gluconic acid. The structure of gluconic acid is, you see here, I am drawing this structure. Here is not good drawing, but you see the structure. अरे तरीके H, here is OH, here is H, here is H. Okay, this part of aldehyde is oxidized into carboxylic group, and this is the structure of gluconic acid. Okay, this proves that all these reaction prove that glucose have aldehyde group. One reaction with the anhydride, acetic anhydride, gives pentyl acetate, pentacetate. Reaction with hydroxylamine, reaction with hydrogen cyanide, and reaction with toluene reagent, Fehling solution or Bendix solution prove that aldehyde group is present in glucose. Okay, now when glucose is reacted with the mild oxidizing agent, you know mild oxidizing agent very well. What are mild oxidizing agents? Okay, chromic oxide is also, PCC also. These are the mild oxidizing agent. Here is mild oxidizing agent. What? Bromine, water, which oxidize glucose into gluconic acid. Okay, glucose into gluconic acid, and when glucose oxidized with the nitric acid, this one give the saccharic acid. Very little difference between these two. You see here, this one is the saccharic acid, this one is the glucose. When reacted with the nitric acid gives saccharic acid. This reaction proves that glucose have aldehyde group and primary alcohol. Primary alcohol, last carbon is this carbon is the primary alcohol carbon. Okay, and this aldehyde group, when reacted with the nitric acid, it convert aldehyde and primary alcohol into carboxylic group. Strong oxidizing agent is here nitric acid. This saccharic acid is formed. When glucose is reacted with the bromine water, only aldehyde group is oxidized into carboxylic group. This one is the gluconic acid. Here is the primary alcohol part remain unaffected. Okay, this way we can prove that aldehyde have 5 OH group alcohols, or you can say 1 aldehyde group from the above reaction. But when glucose is prolonged heated, what? Prolonged heated, with the hydrogen iodide, it forms an hexane. This proves that all carbon chain are the straight, linearly linked. Means when glucose is heated in hydrogen iodide, it gives an hexane. Okay, it means glucose has 6 carbon, and above reactions prove that glucose have aldehyde group and glucose have 5 hydroxyl group. Okay, good. one more reaction to prove the aldehyde group. This one is the what group? This one is the hydrazine, phenylhydrazine. This one is the phenylhydrazine. NH2 is bond here. Okay. When glucose is react with this phenylhydrazine, it forms the hydrazone. Okay. What forms? Hydrazone. This one is the reaction. Okay. First carbon and second carbon converted into hydrazone. This is known as glucosazone. All these reactions prove that glucose have hydroxyl group, straight chain, and what? Aldehyde group. Now the structure of glucose, once again here, very important. Man react with the methyl alcohol. Okay. It gives in the dry HCl form alpha and beta methyl glucoside. In earlier slide I was speaking about the alpha beta. Okay. Here is the structure. Here this methoxy group is here and this methoxy group is here in the beta. You can easily understand the structure of glucose. This way I completed about the property of glucose and prove that what functional groups are present. What are functional groups present in the glucose? Number of carbon in glucose. All these are proved by the reaction, and all these reactions are important for the point of view of examination. Okay. Now we will discuss about the cyclic structure and proof of cyclic structure of glucose. Okay. This is the beta. This one the alpha D glucose and this one is the beta D glucose. Okay. Cyclic structure of glucose is compared with the pyranose. Okay. Pyranose, structure of pyranose. How will I draw here? You will see in the book. There is cyclic structure of pyron. There is 5 carbon and 1 nitrogen in the ring. Okay. Similarly here glucose has 6 carbon in the 5 rings, 5 carbon ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Here is also 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This 6th carbon is out of the cycle. Then how will you prove that this one is the alpha, this one is the beta? See at the first carbon. Here is OH inside the ring. Or here is OH on outside the ring. Or you can say the below the surface is here OH, above the surface OH is here. This all prove that what? This all prove that cyclic structure. You can distinguish. All other parts are similar. Only is difference at carbon 1, and this one is the anomer structure and chair form, Fischer projection formula. Okay. student, once I will revise that today what we have completed. Structure of starch, which have straight chain and branch chain. Straight chain have only 1,4 linkage and straight chain is known as amylose and it is water soluble, and amylopectin is branch chain part of the starch and it is water insoluble. It has two linkage, 1,4 and 1,6 linkage, 1,4 between the glucose unit and 1,6 between the two branches. Okay, another topic I completed, cellulose. Cellulose have linear structure and it have beta D glucose. Okay, here you see beta D glucose and linkage is cross linkage, 1,4 linkage, and that is known as beta linkage. Okay, next I completed manufacturing of glucose from the sucrose and the starch or cellulose. From the sucrose, by the hydrolysis of sucrose we get glucose and fructose in acidic medium, and from the starch in acidic medium, heated prolonged heating gives what? N number of glucose. Okay, this was the preparation, and next we learn the property and proof of the structure of the glucose having 6 carbon, 5 OH group and 1 aldehyde group with the help of reaction. These all reactions are very important. Then I discussed structure of glucose in cyclic form and open form. Okay, and also in chair form. Next day I will start about the manufacturing of fructose. So student, you will note by pausing the video and make it your own notes, the biomolecules. Okay, thank you.